Hello everyone, my name is Sanya. I'm from University of Florida, and the aim of this video is to present an email spam filter using artificial neural network model, which is a multi-layer perceptron. So this project was undertaken by me for the course of pattern recognition, and I will start explaining about this code. So emails are the most common and traditional way of communicating over the internet. Emails can be of two types, spam or ham, based on their domain, length, words associated with the previously analyzed ham messages. So email spam or junk mail is a classification of electronic spam where unsolicited or unrequired messages are sent by email. Ham is the authentic, correct, or legitimate email message, and all messages which are solicited and required by the recipients are classified as ham. So over the turn of the century, I think we can say that with the whole advent of technological age, wherein which everybody is glued to their respective devices, emails are a major way of communicating over the internet and enabling business, corporate, and other decisions and general modes of communication with their peers. They are used for informal way of communication as well. So emails are used for purposes that are not involving business communication, that they can be used for entertainment, advertisements, and this can also prove to be a threat wherein which a person could be exposed to malware, viruses, phishing attacks, and so on. So the main aspect of spam detection techniques include knowledge engineering and machine learning techniques. The knowledge engineering aspect involves determining whether to categorize emails as spam or not based on a set of rules. And the machine learning technique, on the other hand, specifies the techniques with a model which is trained as a set of classification of data set. And the samples which are labeled email or spam email or ham email are specified based on machine learning, wherein which classifier that we are using goes ahead and encounters a data set and starts to train itself with respect to the classification of whether the given mail is spam or not. Then an algorithm is employed to learn the classification from the above mail that we have encountered. And this is how spam detection works. For this project, we are focusing on the multi-layer perceptron, which is a neural network, and it is complex in structure. It is divided into smaller parts such as neurons, which also have processing units and is actually presented graphically. This forms a network of the given included neurons. A lot of functions are showed this way, which may belong to the field of neural networks, and some may not. The two traditional kinds of neural networks are present that are often cited as perceptron and multi-layer perceptron. A multi-layer perceptron basically contains a given set of inputs in the form of neurons. These neurons are then passed to something known as the hidden layer, which is a unique characteristic of a multi-layer perceptron. This hidden layer basically forms the backbone of the algorithm which is to be implemented upon the input of the neurons which were given. And the previous step that we involved in presenting input neurons to the hidden layer involves various other steps wherein which the particular neuron that we are presently dealing with takes in the input as the output of its previous step. So the previous output generated by the neurons are then collected and moved forward for an input neuron for the next step. This is how the calculation occurs. This is how the training of the set is done. And once the training is complete, we test and validate the source of the data set with the given data set. The process. The very first thing that we're doing is sourcing the data. The data that I'm using here is sourced by using the University of California Irvine's repository into machine learning. It is used for training and validation of the testing of the data set. It is divided into three categories: training, validation, and testing. The total 4601 rows and the data set is shuffled thoroughly and then are divided. The training data set has the first 2000 rows then the later 1500 are chosen for validation set, and remaining rows form the data set for the trained. So now we are dealing with reducing dimensionality. After the above, we create reduction of the dataset by formulating the chi-square algorithm. The dataset is reduced to about 20. This measure improves the efficiency. Training classifier. Here the Theano is used for implementing multilayer perceptron, and input neurons are taken by the output neurons generated in the previous step. The results of the original set are as follows. As you can see, as we differ the MLP configuration in the core data set, and the learning data set and the learning data rate are in coordination with each other. Number of epochs that are encountered are increased incrementally, and according to the number of epochs, our multi-classification error also varies. So the more we train our data set, the better it will result to more efficient spam filtering. This is the result for the original data set that we dealt with, which was before what we encountered. And next, we can say for a low value of miscalculation error, we can conclude that we need to identify the most important inputs using bit input data set without selecting the most important inputs, which might not give you a random percentage of the misclassification error, because such a network is unstable. By changing the thresholds and controlling number of inputs, number of attributes in a feature vector, we can have a trade-off between how complex our network is and how accurate our prediction is. You cannot find an optimum MLP configuration for all attributes. An adaptive approach is required for MLP design problem. Thank you so much.